through with the full course is not just a basic manicure. What we're going to teach you is the way that you can break down, you can create a full treatment list from what I'm about to teach you today. So did you all bring a pen and a bit of paper? Right, okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to write this down. The first thing from what you learned today that I will be able to teach you, okay, this is for your treatment list, okay, will be a file and a polish. Now, a file and a polish is exactly what it says on the tin. You are literally only going to file and polish the client's nail. A file and a polish should take you no more than 10 minutes, okay? And the price that you should charge for a file and polish, well, it depends whether you're in a salon or whether you're mobile. However, a file and a polish will probably take you, I would say, to between the £7 to £10 mark, okay? So it's taking you no more than 10 minutes, and you're between £7 to £10, and that's your first thing on your treatment list that you can offer. The next thing that you can offer is a file and a French polish. So that's purely a polish effect. So again, you're literally filing the nails, you're not touching the cuticles, you're not doing anything like that. It's going to take you a wee bit longer, might take you maybe about the 12 minutes to do, okay? And you're going to charge more money for that as well, okay? So you're probably going to charge, I would say, between the £10 and the £12 for that. It's simple. The next treatment that you can have in your list is a basic manicure. Basic manicure is exactly what it says. You will be filing the nail, you will be working on the cuticle, you will be working on the nail plate itself, but there's nothing luxury about it. It literally is a basic manicure. Basic manicure should take you anywhere between 30 minutes and 40 minutes, I would say, for a basic manicure. And you really would be charging probably between the £15 to the £18 mark for a basic manicure, okay? Then we've got a luxury manicure. Luxury manicure is everything we do in the basic, however we're adding in this time a massage, okay? So it's taking our treatment time up to the kind of 45 minutes to the hour to do, depending on how much of a massage you give your clients, okay? And the price that you can be charging for that is going up towards the 20 to the £25. Any treatment that you do that is taking you to an hour to do it, you really want to be charging above £20 for doing it, okay? Again, that will depend on your area, it will depend on the products that you're using, it will depend on whether you're mobile or you're in a salon, so on and so forth, right? So that's a start. You've got a treatment list that you can give to your client. The next thing that you can offer your client is you can tailor make it and make it even more luxurious, and you can maybe do a deluxe manicure. So all we would do is we would do the same treatment that we would do for our basics. So we're still working on the free edge, the nail plate, the cuticle area. We're also doing our massage, so it's the same as the previous one. However, we might work on the skin a wee bit more, and we might do like a hand scrub, like an exfoliation treatment in there as well. So can you see how we're just adding things constantly into the same treatment, which is making it more luxurious, which is also going to make our time longer to do the treatment as well, okay? So if you were doing something like a deluxe, you're adding in a hand and an arm scrub, you're adding in your massage, and you're working in the nail plate. So again, that's going to take us longer, so that's definitely going to be over the hour to do that type of treatment. And you really want to be charging, I would say, at least maybe from the £25 up for that kind of treatment as well. The other type of thing that you can offer the client is like a treatment manicure to treat the client's natural nails. Now, treatment manicures nowadays are far more simpler than they used to be, because what you'll find is the treatment comes in the bottles of like your base coat. So when you are doing a treatment for the client, you can tailor make the actual treatment that they actually need for that manicure. So for example, if they've just ripped their nail extensions off, or their nails are soft, or they're weak, or they're flaky, or they're split, or they're brittle, or they're extremely hard and there's no flexibility, you can then pick the right treatment for that individual client. Now, where that treatment would get added in would be, we would perform probably our luxury manicure. So we would do all our cuticles, all our free edge, buff it over the surface, we'd do our massage, but the treatment would get added in when we go to paint. So the treatment would get probably added in, instead of using a normal base coat, it would be a treatment base coat that would get added in at that stage, right? So if we're adding in that treatment, it's not just good enough to put it on once normally. Normally the client has to take the treatment home and continue that treatment at home to cultivate a good nail. So what you will have to do is you will have to incorporate that treatment, that product, into the price of your manicure, that then once you've used it on that client, you can then give it to the client. She then continues to use that at home for a period of time. Does that make sense, ladies? Okay. So the price of that will depend on the treatment that you're using. I would say treatments all vary, but you're probably talking in cost maybe about the £5 to the £6 for you to buy the treatment. It's up to you then what you want to retail that at, to give that to your client. So you maybe want to charge, I don't know, say £10. So you would add that into your manicure. So if the client was coming for a treatment manicure, you would probably use your luxury manicure as your base, so that would be £20 for that. And then you would add in the treatment, which might be an extra 10, right? So then the treatment manicure would become £30 to have that done. But she's going home with that treatment to continue that treatment at home. Does that make sense? And all the treatments will have their own directions on them. So it might be a case of the client has to apply it every night for a week, or the client has to apply it 2 or 3 times a week for the first 4 weeks, or so on and so forth, depending on the treatment that you're actually going to use. Okay? So from our list there, that's quite a lot to get you started from what we're about to learn. Okay? Are we ready to start? First thing that I want